Something pretty interesting is happening down in Florida, and it's challenging the very way we think about money. And no, it's not about cryptocurrency or some new digital payment app. It's about something much, much older: gold and silver. So today, we're going to break down exactly what Florida's new gold law is all about and what it could mean for you. Okay, let's get right to the heart of it with this quote. You see, this isn't just about some dusty old coins. The whole conversation around this is framed as a move toward freedom, toward control, especially when the economy feels a little shaky. It's really a statement about who gets to call the shots with your money. Right, so that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? Beyond all the noise and the headlines, what does this law actually do?
All right, let's dive in. First up, we're going to look at what the law actually says. We need to demystify this thing, House Bill 999, because really, the details are where the real story is.
So, what is House Bill 999 at its core? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's a state law that officially recognizes specific gold and silver coins as legal tender, right there in Florida. The key word here is recognizes. It's giving them an official stamp of approval, not replacing anything else.
And here's a really important detail you can't miss. This isn't happening tomorrow. Take a look at that date, July 1st, 2026. So we've got a bit of a runway here. It gives everyone time to figure out the nuts and bolts. This is definitely a long-term play, not some overnight switch.
Okay, this slide is probably the most important one to understand because it clears up a ton of confusion. Let's break down what this law does versus what it doesn't do. So yes, it recognizes these coins as money, it makes them exempt from state sales tax, and it adds a legal alternative to the US dollar. But, and this is a huge but, look at what it doesn't do. It is absolutely not replacing the dollar, it doesn't force your local coffee shop to take a gold coin for your latte, and it has nothing to do with digital or electronic currency. It's all about a voluntary, physical option.
And you know, not just any coin will do. The rules are actually pretty strict. We're talking about really high purity stuff, like 99.5% gold or 99.9% silver. And again, notice those key themes. It's for physical use only, and acceptance is totally voluntary. No one, not even the state itself, is forced to take them. This is all about two people agreeing to make a transaction this way. It's a choice, not a command.
So you might be wondering, why is one law and one state making national news? Well, it all comes down to the potential economic ripple effects, and this is where things get really interesting.
You can think of it like a chain reaction. Step 1. It acts as a kind of financial refuge. It really doubles down on that idea of gold and silver as safe havens, especially when people are worried about inflation or the stability of regular government-backed or fiat money. Then step 2. Market impact. You make something tax-exempt and legal tender, what happens? Well, demand is probably going to go up for these coins in Florida, right? And finally, step 3, and this is the big one. It sets a legal precedent. It creates a playbook that other states could look at and say, maybe we should try that too. And that's where you could start to see some interesting tension with federal policy.
But you know, this isn't just about dollars and cents. Not at all. This law is tapping into something much bigger, a real shift in our financial culture. So let's connect the dots to some of the broader trends we're all seeing right now.
See, a law like this doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. It's actually a piece of a much larger puzzle. It fits right in with this growing interest in things like monetary decentralization, financial sovereignty, even cryptocurrencies. Think about it. What do all these things have in common? It's a desire to move away from traditional banking systems, to have more personal control, to own tangible assets. It's the same kind of impulse, just expressed through a different kind of asset. Okay, so with all that context, where do we go from here? Let's talk about the future of your money and what a move like this might signal for what's coming down the pike. And that brings us to this really provocative question. Are we watching the beginning of a silent monetary revolution? It's a pretty wild thought, right? Not some big, loud overthrow, but a quiet, step-by-step shift in the very definition of what money is and how we use it.
This quote just nails it perfectly. Florida isn't replacing the dollar, it's creating a legal path for gold and silver to function as real money. See? It's not about getting rid of the dollar. It's about building a parallel path, an alternative route. It's simply about adding another option to the table.
So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. This move isn't really about looking backward. Yeah, it involves gold and silver, but the spirit of it isn't nostalgia. It's about looking forward. It's about rewriting some of the rules for the future of money. It's about giving people one more tool for their financial toolbox. And it really leaves you wondering, who's going to be next?